Welcome back to QuizStorm. Do you think you'll do well on this IQ quiz? If so, please complete this quiz till the end to see a final score. Before we start, if you like to play quizzes that challenge your brain much better than the quizzes posted on our channel, become a member at our Patreon account at www.patreon.com/thequizstorm. Now let's get on with the quiz. This quiz contains 5 specific topics: literature, health and wellness, 1980s movies, agriculture, and a mixture of trivia questions. And 10 questions will be given to each respective topic. Who is the author of Mice and Men? And the answer is John Steinbeck. Which ancient Egyptian text is considered one of the earliest religious writings detailing the journey of the soul after death? And the answer is the Pyramid Text. What year saw the publication of Moby Dick? And the answer is 1851. All Quiet on the Western Front is set during which historical event? And the answer is World War I. Who wrote The Sun Also Rises? And the answer is Ernest Hemingway. Which of the following novels was written by Toni Morrison? And the correct answer is Beloved. In The Miller's Tales from Chaucer's The Canterbury Tales, what is the name of the carpenter? And the answer is John. The novel The Hunchback of Notre Dame takes place in which country? And the answer is France. According to Emily Dickinson's poem, what metaphorically has feathers? And the answer is hope. Which novel begins with the line, "It was a bright cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13"? And the correct answer is 1984. What is the recommended amount of moderate intensity exercise per week for adults according to CDC? And the answer is 150 minutes. Which vitamin is primarily obtained from sunlight? And the correct answer is vitamin D. What macronutrient is the body's primary source of energy? And the correct answer is carbohydrates. Which mineral is essential for strong bones and teeth? And the answer is calcium. What is the medical term for high blood pressure? And the answer is hypertension. What is the recommended daily intake for water for the average adult? And the answer is 8 to 10 cups. Which of these foods is considered a complete protein? And the answer is chicken. What is the function of fiber in the diet? And the answer is aids digestion. What is the most common mental health disorder worldwide? And the answer is anxiety disorders. What hormone is primarily responsible for stress? And the answer is cortisol. In what year did the movie Dirty Dancing premiere? And the answer is 1987. When was the film E.T. the Extraterrestrial released? And the answer is 1982. In A Nightmare on Elm Street, who set Freddy Krueger on fire after he murdered 20 people? And the answer is the victims' parents. In the 1985 film, Back to the Future, what is the name of Marty's scientist friend who invented the time machine? And the answer is Emmett Brown. What is the name of the record store where Andy Walsh worked in Pretty in Pink? And the answer is Trap. Which 1982 sci-fi movie stars Harrison Ford as Rick Deckard? And the answer is Blade Runner. Who played the lead role in Beetlejuice? And the correct answer is Michael Keaton. Which 80s movie features the quote, "I feel the need for speed"? And the answer is Top Gun. What vehicle do the heroes use in The Blues Brothers? And the correct answer is the Bluesmobile. Who plays Sarah Connor in Terminator? And the answer is Linda Hamilton. What is the process of growing plants without soil called? And the correct answer is hydroponics. Which gas do plants primarily absorb from the atmosphere for photosynthesis? And the answer is carbon dioxide. What is the most widely grown crop in the world? And the answer is corn. Which soil component is most important for plant growth? And the answer is organic matter. Which farming technique involves planting trees and crops together? And the correct answer is agroforestry. Which type of irrigation is the most water efficient? And the answer is drip irrigation. Which crop is known as the staple food of more than half the world's population? And the answer is rice. What is the process of breeding plants or animals for specific traits called? And the correct answer is selective breeding. What type of animal is commonly used for plowing fields in traditional farming? And the answer is horses. What is the primary source of organic fertilizer? And the answer is compost and manure. Which viral disease primarily targets the liver and can be prevented with vaccine? And the answer is hepatitis B. The Cultural Revolution, launched in 1966, was a political movement in which country? And the answer is China. Which well-known Victorian-era novelist was a passionate supporter of vegetarianism? And the answer is George Bernard Shaw. What 1964 film, directed by Richard Lester, follows a rock and roll band as they embark on a series of humorous adventures? And the answer is A Hard Day's Night. Which Asian nation was the first to introduce a commercial 3G mobile network, revolutionizing mobile communication? And the answer is Japan. In 1971, which South Asian country declared independence from Pakistan after a violent war for liberation? And the answer is Bangladesh. What part of the elderberry plant can be toxic if eaten raw? And the answer is seeds and bark. Which nut must undergo careful processing to remove its toxic outer shell before it is safe to eat? And the answer is cashew. In ancient Rome, what material was most commonly used to make tunics? And the correct answer is wool. What was the name of the 1966 US Supreme Court case that established the requirement for suspects to be informed of their rights? And the answer is Miranda vs. Arizona. Well, what was your score? Let me know in the comments below.